Alright, what is up guys, NA4 here and welcome back to yet another movie review, and today we are going to be talking about Marvel's Eternals, okay? Probably the most controversial Marvel film up to date, and currently it's the only MCU film to have a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes, yes, less than Thor the Dark World and The Incredible Hulk, okay? So that's probably the reason why a lot of people just didn't go and see this movie, because opening weekend this movie didn't perform as well as Black Widow and Shang-Chi, unfortunately, but it's a Marvel film, so obviously it's still gonna do somewhat well, you know what I'm saying? But this movie's been out for like a week or two, so I'm a little late, okay? I apologize. I'm gonna take responsibility for that, so my bad. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be talking about this movie. We're gonna see if it's as bad as everyone's saying. Was it a pleasant surprise? Do I think it's underappreciated? We're going to be talking about it, okay? And we're going to do the typical format, okay? The first half of this video is just going to be us talking about the movie, just kind of getting like a little feel of it. And then the second half is when we're going to start talking about spoilers and things like that, man. So if you don't want to get spoiled for anything, leave once I give that indication halfway through the video. But without further ado, man, let's hop straight into it. Now, if I'm being 100% honest, I didn't hate this film. I really didn't. Do I think it's a top-tier Marvel movie? No, I don't. But I don't think it's as bad as everyone else is saying it is. I don't think it deserves a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, that's kind of harsh, okay? And part of that's probably because, it introduces like a gay character and, has like a little PG-13 sex scene. And I don't know, maybe that's the reason why. I don't know personally. Maybe people just really thought that this was just a bad film. I don't know why. But I think it's getting a lot of unnecessary hate at the end of the day, and I'm gonna give it points, okay? Just because this film is actually unique, okay? That is my problem with the MCU. Is a lot of their movies feel very similar. Like it follows the same exact formula. It follows the same exact format. And I know what you might be thinking, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? And that's fair, okay? Marvel, they have a handful of hits. I mean, not a handful, but you know what I'm saying. A consistent train of hits. Lots of them make over $1 billion at the box office, so surely they're doing something right. But I at least appreciate this movie because it feels so different and unique. It's not just the same exact formula that we've seen for years, you know what I'm saying? So it's different, so I at least appreciate it. And, it's a different spin, okay? So the Avengers, this isn't their story. This isn't Guardians of the Galaxy. It's something new. It's something fresh. And, the Eternals is a group of people that a lot of people aren't too familiar with, okay? Just like Shang-Chi, a lot of people weren't too familiar with his character. And he turned out, having a huge, successful movie. So, I appreciate Marvel giving the Eternals a chance and giving them, their new movie, stuff like that. So it's good to see like the Marvel Studios giving some characters some spotlight, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty good. I think this movie is really unique and it's different. Now, something that did worry me about this movie was a lot of people were telling me like it's not that much action in this movie, to the point where like they were making it seem like there were only like 3 fight scenes in the movie or so, and it has a pretty respectable amount of action in this movie, okay? It's not as much as like Avengers, Infinity War, or anything like that, but it has a pretty respectable amount of action. But I'd say this movie is more towards storytelling and character building, which is fair, okay? There's lots of Marvel films that it lacks a little bit of action, but it builds up in terms of like story and things like that, like Iron Man 2 and Doctor Strange and movies like that. So I can take a little backseat from the action if the story is good, though. It has to be good. It has to be compelling, okay? And good thing, the story was a little messy at times and things like that, but the characters were at least pretty interesting and good to me. And I forgot the names of all of them, so I got a little list for me. Okay, so I did like Thena, Angelina Jolie, really good. I thought that she had a lot of good moments in this movie. She had a lot of screen time, bro. I thought she was only gonna have like a handful of scenes, like a little cameo or something, but she's in the movie throughout. So Angelina Jolie, shout out to her. I did like Cersei. She was okay, kind of just a generic person. Icarus was also really interesting. We'll get more into him later. I really did like Druig. He was really good in the movie. Ajak, Selma Hayek. She was okay. She was okay, kind of just in the middle. Sprite, I kind of feel bad for this character because whenever I went online, whenever I was on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or something like that, I was looking at all these like tier lists and things like that, or rankings, and everyone had Sprite at the bottom. And all throughout the movie, I was kind of just like, why? Like, what's so bad about this character? Why does everyone hate this character? And she really wasn't that bad until the ending, okay? Until the ending, but Kingo and his assistant were really good in this movie. They stole almost every scene that they were in, just straight comedy, and he was really cool. I really enjoyed his powers, man. Kingo, he was really cool. Makari was also really cool. That's probably the best speedster that we've seen on screen. Loved her, absolutely loved her. Like her and Drew Egg were really good together in this movie. I really enjoyed their chemistry. And Makari is definitely what a speedster should be, okay? Because the Quicksilver that we got in freaking Age of Ultron, he wasn't quick at all, and he was very underwhelming. So I'm glad to say that Makari does not have that problem. She was really good. She was definitely a highlight. And now I think it's about time that we get into the spoilers, because now the problems with this movie are the runtime is a little too long, honestly. Like, you can cut like 20 minutes off of this movie and you'll be fine. What else, man? Oh, the disrespect to Gilgamesh. I forgot his name. I think that is his name, but the way that he went out, he deserves better, okay? Especially Ajak, bro. The way Ajak went out, I was so upset. I was like, wow, like that's how you guys are gonna kill off Selma Hayek? What? Unacceptable. She should have put up more of a fight, but it's whatever. This movie, the storytelling is a little strange. Like, it does a weird thing with the way it tells the story. It's like present day, present day, present day. Go back in time, 500 BC, 5000 BC. Present day, present day, present day. 1 week earlier, present day, and then like it's like consistent like flashbacks. Like, it's going forward, then it's going backwards, and it's kind of strange. Okay, it's kind of strange. But something I do like about these characters are that they know that they're strong and powerful and all that, but they never like brag about it and stuff like that. Like Captain Marvel in Avengers Endgame, where she's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna win this time because I'm here. That's the reason you guys lost last time." And it's like, okay, get out of here. But they don't do that in this movie. They have like a little few cute like little Easter eggs and references towards like the Avengers and Doctor Strange and stuff like that. It's whatever. It's cool. But this movie does have some weird issues, like I said, like with the pacing of the movie, like how they kind of like keep going back and stuff. It's kind of weird, and the plot is kind of strange, where I feel like I have to watch this movie like another time or two more times just to fully understand the plot of everything. So it's kind of confusing at times, if I'm being 100% honest. And this movie, it does this weird thing, man, where a lot of the characters' motivations just kind of shift out of nowhere. Like with Icarus, it makes sense, but for some odd reason, Kingo, he doesn't even participate in the final battle. Like, he's just kind of like, oh, I can't take Icarus, like I'm not gonna be much help, I'm just gonna go. And then he just doesn't fight at the end. And then Sprite, she's like, oh, Icarus, I'll join you. And then like she tries to kill everyone, and it's like, why? Like, we get she likes him and all, but I don't think she would go that far. At the end of the day, it's at least different and interesting. It's not as bad as a lot of people say it is. I enjoyed it more than Black Widow, but not as much as Shang-Chi. So I'm going to go ahead and give this movie like a 7 out of 10, man. It's not the best, but it's not the worst Marvel movie out there, man. But I'm in it for, and I am out. Peace.